Definitely stay away from these type of annuities. I'm telling you, man, these are bad. I'm gonna give you an example right here. By the way, you like my new 10th Mountain hat? Looking good, Josh. Yeah, my wife got that for me for Father's Day. Because I'm the best father there is. By the way, you know what I just got done doing? This is what happens when you work from home. Just got done making these chocolate chip cookies. Oatmeal chocolate chip. And where's Harry out there? Harry in Oklahoma. Where are you, baby? Notice no raisins because I'm not a communist. Only communists like chocolate chip cookies with raisins. I'm America, baby. America first. MAGA. Us MAGA types, Harry. We don't take kindly to raisins in our chocolate chip cookies. All right. So anyway, we're going to look at this thing right here, an email I got from one of my clients who's just a legend, man. The guy crushes. He's got a PhD, this guy, and he knows a thing or two about my field. By the way, if you're wondering why I didn't try to off myself. I was just moving something for my wife, and I cut myself, and she forced me to put Band-Aids on. She goes, "You got to put Band-Aids on." I'm tough, tough. So check this out, my man. We'll call him. His wife's name Kim, so we're gonna call him Jim. All right, we'll call him Jimmy Garofalo. You know, the handsome quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. So I can't remember who's playing for anymore. So my man's got 150,000 basis in a Roth annuity. All right, and I can't remember the name of the company. I can't remember, but it's a fixed index. It's an index annuity, 150 basis. That's going to pay him 13,000 a year. And he's going to start here in August. His other annuity he has 125 in it, so it's going to pay him 11,000 a year. So between his two annuities, he's got 275 in it. They're going to pay him 25,000 a year. That's a 9% yield to cost, 9%. Or distribution yield, if you would, but it's not really distribution yield because we're actually looking at is what his basis is. Now, it's all Roth, so it's all tax-free. Yield to cost is an important measure. I cannot stress this enough. That says how much am I getting from my initial investment. All right. Now, it can be a little bit extraordinary to say my yield to cost on a Microsoft stock from 1982 is, I get that. But in this case, the annuity he only bought, I think, 7 or 10 years ago. I can't remember. Maybe 10 years ago. I just forgot. So it's out of surrender charge. It's in a Roth annuity. He's going to get $25,000 a year guaranteed for the rest of his life. Potentially could grow too if the contract grows. And that's, there's some evidence that probably won't because the fees are quite high, but you don't know. It could still grow. But stay away from it because they're bad. So we're going to start this in August. He's going to get $25,000 a year of guaranteed tax-free income. $25,000 a year. In 2029, he's going to take his other annuity, 50,000 basis. He's going to get 6,000 a year almost. That's over a 10% yield to cost. His wife, that's Kim. His wife, Kim, he has this one right here. Will have 125,000 a year, basically 15,000 a year. That's another 10% yield to cost, dudes. For I think it's 7 to 10 years. I can't remember. That he can't outlive. That could even grow if the market's cooperating. Again, I'm not saying it will. We don't know. But guess what? This is what's crazy. This right here is a qualified annuity. I plan to have this converted by August, by 2029, January 2029. And I said, we'll call him Jim. We already called him Jim. I said, Jim, I don't think you can do that. He goes, no. This is a contract because you can't. I mean, all the annuities I've ever worked with, you cannot convert and keep the same contract. You can convert it, but it's got to go into a new annuity with a new surrender charge, new mortality credits, and all that. I don't want to get too deep in mortality credits here, but it's important to understand how mortality credits work. I've done videos on this before. Maybe I'll do another video on mortality credits. It's a big deal. But in this case, I don't want to get too deep in that. Anyway, so in this case, he can convert his qualified money. He can do a piecemeal too and retain the same contract. I was like, this is freaking nuts. And again, this is not a guy who's a shrinking violet. He just knows what he's doing. Why he hired me, I don't know. It must be because my green eyes. I said, Jim, give me your money. So by the time in 5 years, he's going to have 25, 35. He's going to have almost 50,000 a year of guaranteed tax-free money from his annuities. No, but don't touch him, Josh. Don't touch him. It's going to be, they're going to take advantage of you. Where are they taking advantage? So check this out. It gets even better. Watch this, my friends. This is crazy. So I said, hey, old Jimmy G, this is important information. Can I use this to do a video? And he said, doggone right. Again, this guy's a legend. His wife has got to be a double legend for putting up with this guy for so many years. His whole family's a legend. I'm not going to get into it, but just legends. They built this country, people like that. And like you, most likely if you're watching this channel, they built this country. And we have a lot at stake in defending the United States of America. That's why we're not moving to the Philippines. And look, if you want to move to the Philippines, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not. That's why we're going to stay here in the good old US of A. We're not repatriating whatever to freaking Cuba like Jay-Z. Of course, he and stupid Beyonce, they'll never, we love Cuba, then freaking move there, baby. We're not repatriating to Justin Trudeau's land. No. America or bust, baby. Anyway, so this guy right here, he goes, no. I said, of course you can do a video, but it gets even easier, sweeter. If Kim or I were to qualify for 2 of the 6 ADLs, that's activities for daily living, and that's going to be transferring and toileting, generally speaking. All right, so transferring is literally getting up and transferring. It's like rotating. If you have a hard time doing that, that is one of the 6 activities of daily living, ADL. And if you have 2 of those that you can't do on your own, toilet, you can't wipe your butt and you can't transfer, guess what? You qualify for long-term care a lot of times if you have a contract that pays long-term care. So if he can't qualify for 2 of the 6 ADLs for long-term care, the fee I'm paying for the income riders, which we just talked about, the income he's getting, the income rider fee, I can't remember how many said, maybe it was 1%, that guarantees him that baseline of income, guarantee. But it can still go up because it's still an index annuity. It's still indexed to the markets. Now, again, I don't expect it to go up, but I could be wrong. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. It won't go down, though. Well, what if the insurance company goes bankrupt? Okay, and tell me an insurance company that went bankrupt that wasn't bailed out by the insurance industry. The insurance industry knows if a lot of insurance companies go bankrupt, no one's going to buy any insurance. They know they have to protect their assets. They know they have to be conservative. Are there some fly-by-night insurance companies? Yes. Penn Treaty comes to mind. They got bailed out by, I want to say, Genworth or something like that. They way undercut the competition for some long-term care. I had a client who had a Penn Treaty long-term care back in the late 90s, early aughts. And I said, dude, don't ever part with this policy. This is the best thing you'll ever. And he never did. And Penn Treaty went bankrupt, but the incoming company, I think it was Genworth, who took him over, they had to be, they are liable for the contract. And he's freaking, I don't know him anymore, but if he needs long-term care, he's happy as a clam because they didn't charge enough. They didn't know what they're doing when long-term care policies first were issued in the late 80s, early 90s. All right, in other words, the amount shown would be doubled for up to 5 years of income needs. You hear that? The fee, if I have 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, which I can't do, the fee I'm paying for the income riders includes the income doubler for 5 years. In other words, the amount shown would be doubled for up to 5 years. That means they get $100,000 of tax-free income, not $50,000, if they have 2 of the 6 ADLs. After the 5 years, or if the doubler payments cause the income amounts to become depleted, the original payments would resume for the rest of their lives. So if they spend $100,000 a year tax-free on their long-term care needs, and not likely, but just say they did, and just say at the end of the day, they're still in long-term care facility because they haven't died yet, and they still have 2 or more of the 6 activities of daily living. And we'll just say the base of the account is down to 0. All right, so they put $150,000 in, they've been spending it, and now it's down to 0. They will still get paid that $50,000 guaranteed, even if the base of the account is down to 0, the cash value. And he said, you are correct. These are great annuity products. I don't think I said great annuity products. I got to be careful there. I don't want anyone to say I don't sell these things. But I said they're very interesting, or I said these are things you should look at. So I'm going to take words out of my mouth and say great. I'm not saying they're great. The situation always dictates. As an FYI, the amounts I verified with the company yesterday are greater than the amounts shown on the guaranteed illustrations I received when I bought the annuities in June of 2023. So these are 7-year contracts. That's it. In the original illustration, the amounts guaranteed were $11,000 a year and basically $10,000 a year, roughly $12,000 and $10,000 a year. But he's actually getting almost $14,000 and $11,000. So they went up more than the guarantee. Again, will they go up again once the annuitizes? I don't know. But this idea that annuities are bad, and look, I cannot tell you how many people out of USA. And we had a great product at USA. I still love it. It's just they pulled it now, and it kind of sucks. No, you're not getting my cookie. I know you're trying to. I just ate all this. I just ate so much cookie dough. And I got to hit the gym here in a couple minutes because, man, I don't like the cookies as much as I like the cookie dough. But I do like this dog. He's so doggone cute. Yeah, you smell like a champ. And my man Steve in Texas told me about the stuff he can put in his food to make his breath not smell so bad. So, it still smells there, guys. So we just started using it yesterday. But that breath still is ripe. So what are we talking about? Anyway, so we're talking about these annuities paying, I mean, the idea that you're sitting there thinking annuities are bad. Look, I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they're bad. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When I was at USA, we'd have people, we had a great annuity product, great income annuities, great deferred annuities, and people, the minute I said annuities, they said, I don't want to talk annuities. I said, what is wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? How do you not want to talk about a product? They're bad. They're evil. They're this. I said, an annuity is an inanimate object. It's just like my AR. My AR did not go to freaking Butler, Pennsylvania. My AR is still sitting right up there. My Glock's still sitting right up there. My Mossberg's still sitting right up there. My Marlin's still sitting right up there, etc., etc., etc. None of these things jumped off the freaking where they're at, and they ran out and started looking for things to do. An annuity is neither good nor bad. It's an inanimate object. I can tell he's getting ready to bark right in my ear, and it's going to hurt me. It's an inanimate object. It's neither good nor bad. Not to look at an annuity because some guy out there says they're bad. It's the weirdest thing to me at all. I just don't understand. And look, I don't sell these things. I don't get paid on it. I just call like I see it. And of course, because I'm right, you should consider them. Doesn't mean you should buy it, but you should consider them. All right, God bless. Love to your thoughts. Pablo says bye-bye.